Hello! It is time for some trivia. I hope y'all are ready to play. We're going to have a grand old time. It's going to be very titillating and tantalizing. All of the fun. So whenever you get on, say play if you are here to play some trivia. So I know even if you're on the replay, you won't be able to play for prizes on the replay, but you will be able to play for prizes if you are here live, okay? And if you're playing on the replay, you can totally comment along and make it feel like you're here. I know I do that sometimes, and it can be fun if you missed it. Totally understand. So, I have all of the questions here that we're going to be playing tonight. And for all of them, you'll have 3 different options, but I'll tell you which option it is. So I'll say, okay, this is the question. If you think it's A, comment A. If you think it's this one, comment B. So for it, sometimes, it'll be a number, and I'll say to comment, hey, 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 and you'll comment that. And so it's pretty easy. Now, how I keep up with the scores is, I take actually the first 3 people that I see, because there is a little bit of a lag. It could look like you're in the first 3, but if it's not in the first 3 on my end, then you may not have made it. So the first 3 people that get the answer right that I see, I tally it up, and then at the end, whoever has the most wins. And I do have some backup questions if we get tied, so we can play like a tiebreaker if things get close, okay? All right, are y'all ready to play? Comment play if you are ready to play. Get your fingers ready. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, I should have put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I think it'll be all right. Okay. All right. Okay. So, I already went over the rules. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I needed to share with y'all. I think that's pretty much. I talked about the prizes. Oh, there is a participation prize. So not only does the first winner win a mystery Pure Omits product, but also someone that's participating is going to get this really cute notebook. So you can make notes in it. Feel like your lady whistle down, okay? Maybe you need to get you a big feather pen. Yeah. So that's the other prize just for playing. So, all right, are we ready for the first question? I think so. I think we could just go ahead and jump in. Okay, so, yeah, I'm so glad everybody's here. So excited. I don't know how long I will keep this on, but it was the closest thing that I had to a crown. So I had to be festive for y'all. You watched all the recaps. Oh, I rewatched the entire 3 series. And when I finished rewatching Bridgerton, I was like, what else am I going to do? So I rewatched Queen Charlotte as well. Now, I told you all that the trivia questions were going to be based on Bridgerton, so they are. But I had to throw in one question from Queen Charlotte. So there is going to be one from Queen Charlotte, but only the one. And I think you'll be able to know what the answer is. So we'll see. Yes. Okay, so the first question is, which Bridgerton character had a steamy affair with a opera singer? You're going to put either A, B, or C for your answer on this one, okay? So which Bridgerton character had a steamy affair with an opera singer? Is it A, Anthony Bridgerton, B, Benedict Bridgerton, or C, Colin Bridgerton? So A, B, or C. So you'll put, I'll take it this time, Jamie, but it's A. Well, you can do, that works too, but usually it's faster to type A. So then for this round, I gotta get my pen ready. So then Jamie, Katie, and Diane got the first round. Whoop, whoop. Now, Sienna, my phone's moving. There we go. Sienna is who the opera singer was. So she was hooking up with Anthony. And now, one thing I think would have made it really interesting is if they would have added our little secret to their little rendezvous, especially because she was like an opera singer. And you know how he was like eyeing her whenever they were actually have the opera. How fun it would be if she had this little like panty vibrator while she was singing. She would have been like, woo, maybe hitting some even even higher notes. So this is our little secret. It comes with a little mini vibrator for the panties. That's what that little pocket's for. And you've got a remote control. So this would go on to you or your partner, whoever wants to get the remote. And then you get one for him. So this slips onto the penis, and this makes your clitoris throb because this hits right there on that spot. And you get a remote control too. Now, if y'all are going to the opera, if y'all were to say y'all are Sienna and Anthony, and y'all are going to do the opera, she's up there, you know, just work up to 250 feet away. But what we would do for Anthony is we would flip this upside down. And so then they would have Sienna and Anthony have remote control wars going. So that would be a lot of fun, our little secret. So our next question, oh, and then if you forgot, unfortunately Anthony had to duel. He went for a duel. He had to duel the Duke. Totally ruined the mood. So she ultimately finds a new gentleman and rejects Anthony in the end. So for this next question, I really put in the work for y'all. When I rewatched Bridgerton, I made notes for every single sex scene. So I have them all imprinted into my mind. So this next one is how many sex scenes in total occurred in the Bridgerton series so far. And I give you options. Don't worry. You don't have to just know it. So there's 3 different options. So this one, you're just going to comment the number. So first option's 28. Second option's 34. The third option's 55. So for this one, you'll comment either 28, 34, or 55. How many sex scenes in total have occurred in the Bridgerton series so far? So this is from season 1 all the way through to the part 1 of season 3. Okay, so if you said 34, you got that right. So Katie and Dion and Diane, that's who I see as the 3 on that one, got that. So Katie, Diane, and Dion. Yeah, it was 34. And fun fact, sales for 4-post bed frames in the UK, I don't know about in the US, but in the UK, went up 100% since the show hit Netflix. So now, I mean, we saw a lot of 4-post bed frames in season 1 with Duke and the Daphne. So I'm not surprised that the sales went up for those bed frames. So, okay, next question. Lizzie Talbot started as a fight coordinator, but then transitioned to what role? For this one, you'll put A, B, or C. A, romance coordinator, B, sex coach, or C, intimacy coordinator. So Lizzie Talbot started as a fight coordinator, but then transitioned to what role? A, romance coordinator, B, sex coach, or C, intimacy coordinator. Okay, so, and I think I said ABC on this one, yeah. So, A, romance coordinator, B, sex coach, or C, intimacy coordinator. So for this one, Angela, Marissa, and Diane. I keep rewriting your name, but I'm fixing it, Diane, and giving you the tally. So, yes, intimacy coordinators and choreographers they basically like oversee scenes. So the answer is intimacy coordinator. They oversee scenes with intimacy, nudity, simulated sex, and film and TV. It's somewhat new. They didn't actually start until 2017. One thing we know about intimacy is what's filmed is never what's in reality. But I will say that for Bridgerton, I feel like there is a nice touch of foreplay, more so than I think what we typically see in film. And foreplay is so important. Without a vibrator, I mean, majority on average, vulvas need 20 minutes of foreplay to be warmed up and ready for penetration. I know that sounds like a long time, but there are things that can help speed things along, like RO, which I'll talk about here later. But massage is also a really great way to get that foreplay in. So our honeymoon at Cliveden is what I'm calling it. You get our massage gloves. I know they look wild. They've got these like little nubbies. So I have like the Duke doing our massage oil. This has hella libido, so this can really help get you in the mood. And then you've got our heart massager that's reusable. That can just go like this, like a hot stone. You can use it over and over again. You can also use it for cramps. And you get cleansing mist with this. So this is all in the honeymoon bundle. Okay, so Daphne and Duke, they go for a promenade, and she learns a bit more about what happens at night in marriage. The morning after this discussion, she's seen playing the piano forte. What does her mother, Violet, say? And you're going to comment 1, 2, or 3 for your answer on this one. 1, you finished. How lovely. 2, you finished. How splendid. 3, you finished. How marvelous. So Daphne did go for a promenade. She learns a little bit more about what happens at night in marriage. The morning after the discussion, she's seen playing the piano forte. What does her mother, Violet, say? 1, you finished. How lovely. 2, you finished. How splendid. 3, you finished. How marvelous. So Katie thinks it's how marvelous. Diane thinks it's lovely. So Diane, you got that one right. It is, you finished. How lovely. I can't say it like her. But to me, I thought that scene was absolutely hilarious because it goes from Daphne masturbating and having orgasms. She's like, oh, like I can't do it. The face. And then you see her playing the forte, smiling, and then Violet's like, you finished. How lovely. I was like, I don't know, that made me laugh so much. So Diane and Helica, you got this one too. And, okay, look, those are the only people I think that I see that got the 1 on this one. Okay. I froze. Oh no. Okay. I hopefully will be good to go from now. So I thought it was when they went for the promenade though, they're like talking, and if you remember, he's like, what happens between a husband and wife is a natural continuation of what happens at night. And then they're like, they go back and forth. When you're sleeping? He's like, no, not when you're sleeping, when you touch yourself. And then gets to the end and he's like, especially between your legs until you reach a pinnacle. So, something that would have been very helpful for Daphne if she wanted a little something extra to help her get to the pinnacle would be the O Enhancement Cream. This, you just put a little dab on the clitoris and it makes it aroused and ready to go for action time. It also gives you extra sensations. This is the Adventurer. So Daphne would have really had an adventure. She just put this on her clitoris. It would have puffed air. She could even use in this side to give her a little extra tickle and vibration. Maybe even got some nipple action going on. And then, of course, she always want a good lubricant. So with the Unforgettable Adventure, you can get all 3 20% off. So, oh, I dropped the massage oil. All right, so the Duke used the pull-out method to try to prevent pregnancy with Daphne. But there are some instances where he doesn't pull out. Which of the following is a location that only the pull-out method occurred? And for this one, you'll just comment stair, bed, or desk. So the first one is the staircase, the Duke's bedchamber, or the desk. So the Duke used the pull-out method to try to prevent pregnancy with Daphne, but there are some instances in which he doesn't pull out. Which of the following is a location that only the pull-out method occurred? The staircase, the Duke's bedchamber, or the desk? Okay, if you said the desk, you got that right. So Susan got that one. Angela got that one as well. And so did Marissa. Or the first three on my list. And I mentioned this early at the beginning, there is a bit of a lag, so it's whoever I see as the first three on my list. You might see it differently on yours, but that's why we're doing 3 each round, so you hopefully have a chance each time. So the staircase is after they had the whole, like, very, I can't think of the word, but it was like there was a lot of backlash in the book, and there also was a lot of backlash in the Netflix when Daphne finally figures out that he has to actually get semen inside of her to have a baby. And so then she gets on top of him unwillingly. Was not a good scene. But after that took place, so that was one instance that took place where there wasn't a pull-out. And then there was another instance on the staircase where he's giving her oral favors, and that's as far as it goes. But then the desk scene, it's like, I don't know if, I think he like got like tissues or something. Did they have tissues back then? But I'm pretty sure that was like, it was like a whole thing. So it was the desk. So the next question, when Penelope first asked Marina how she came to be in her condition, what was her response? And for this one, you'll comment bloom, cake, or love. When Penelope first asked Marina how she came in her condition, what was her response? Her garden was in bloom, cake, or love. So comment bloom, cake, or love. When Penelope first asked Marina how she came into her condition, what was her response? Her garden was in bloom, cake, or love. So if you said cake, you got that one right. So this was a little bit of a trick question. I can see why you would say the bloom is because in Queen Charlotte, it's Violet who talks about, and Lady Danbury who are talking about her garden being in bloom. And love was a little bit of a trick because the second time they talk about how she came into her condition, they do talk about being in love. But the very first time she asked, she just says cake. And that was it. Which continues to actually be a theme. The next day they chat, she shares they were in love, but they're also eating cake during this discussion as well. And if you rewatch, you'll probably catch more of these themes. So the Duke with the spoon, the sexy licking up the spoon, Penelope taking a bite of dessert, and Colin's just like staring at her, and she's like, do I have sugar on my face? And then later, if you zoom in, you'll notice that so she's like takes a bite and didn't finish it. Then you'll see him finishing the dessert. So it's like he finished the rest of her dessert. Anyway, so you'll see a lot of that. But speaking of cake, if you want to get into anal play, Love Your Assets is going to be the perfect bundle for you. Because you can get, it comes with our silicone lube Pure Pleasure, which also works great for water play. You get Booty Ease, which helps relax those anal muscles back there. And then you also can get, it comes with the anal trainer to help you work up to a little bit more. Because you won't want to do all at one time. You want to work your way up. So it's a perfect way to get started and love those assets. I have to get a sip of water, y'all. Give me some hearts if you're having fun so far. Okay. So, when Penelope... Oh, I just did that one. Sorry. This next one is about coming with child and children as well. During that time, they really thought that women had to be pure. And by like being pure, they thought, okay, you can't have sex. You can't be alone with men. That aren't your father. You can't know anything. So basically they wouldn't tell their daughters anything about what happens in the bedroom. And so they were very much in the dark about pretty much everything when it comes to sex. So When Eloise is trying to find out how one becomes with child, what does Colin say? Was it 1, have you ever visited a farm? Was it 2, we're heading out to take our sticks out? Or was it 3, asked Daphne? When Eloise is trying to find out how one becomes with a child, what does Colin say? Was it 1, have you ever visited a farm? 2, we're heading to take our sticks out? Or 3, asked Daphne? Oh, we got balloons going on. So if you said, have you ever visited a farm? You got that one correct. So I've got Christy, Marissa, and Aviva. Yay! So they do say that they're heading to take their sticks out, and Violet's shocked, and the mom, and they confirmed they meant fencing when they were saying we're taking our sticks out. But Colin does first say, have you ever visited a farm? And then Benedict slaps him on the head. Okay, this one I feel like was like one of the more like most romantic quotes, or I felt it was one of the most romantic quotes. So there's a scene in where Anthony says this scent has been imprinted on him since the terrace. It's at the ball. What scent is it? Is it A, lilacs, B, daisies, or C, lilies? What scent does Anthony say has been imprinted on him since the terrace? Was it A, lilacs, B, daisies, or C, lilies? So we've got several people that think it is lilacs. Jamie thinks it's lilacs. Christy thinks it's lilacs. Aviva, Susan. Okay, Marissa thinks daisies. No one thinks it's lilies? Okay, that one, I really got y'all on that one because it was lilies. Lilacs, okay, it does, but he says lilies. While it's not lilies, Sweet Temptation has definitely been imprinted on my mind lately. You can get it in our Bath Time Temptation bundle. You'll get the body oil, shower gel, and fragrance mist. And this smells like candied raspberry and creamy sandalwood. Smells so good. Has anyone tried Sweet Temptation? Yummy, yummy, yummy. So this next question, you're going to answer 1, 2, or 3. When Kate tells Edwina, oh no, is it freezing on y'all as well? Or, I'm not on the internet. I don't know if there's anything else I could do to fix it. Oh, it's a slow connection. Okay, now it doesn't say slow connection anymore, so I'm thinking that hopefully we are good now. I'll try to pay attention to it when it's a slow connection and pause if that happens again. So when Kate tells Edwina it's not polite to stare, what was this about? Was it 1, the prince walking by, 2, Anthony Bridgerton falling in the lake, or 3, a horse and carriage carrying 3 eligible men passing by? When Kate tells Edwina it's not polite to stare, what was this about? 1, the prince walking by, 2, Anthony, a horse and carriage carrying 3 eligible men passing by. So which one do you think it is? 1, the prince walking by, 2, Anthony Bridgerton falling in the lake, or 3, a horse and carriage carrying 3 eligible men passing by? I can try the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi usually makes it worse. Okay, I'm on Wi-Fi now. So hopefully it's better on Wi-Fi. Okay, so Christy says 2, Anthony Bridgerton falling into the lake. So that was correct. It was Anthony Bridgerton falling, and then Marissa said that as well, and so did Jamie. I'm really surprised Kate didn't pick up Kate staring at Anthony in his very wet, very see-through shirt. So who frequently, I'm on Wi-Fi, it seems like that's working better, so we'll keep with Wi-Fi then. Who frequently visits Madame Delacroix, I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm not French, dress shop. Oh, I left the vibrator around over here. Is it not just for fashion advice? So who frequently visits not just for fashion advice? A, Anthony Bridgerton, B, Benedict Bridgerton, or C, Colin Bridgerton? So, who frequently visits Madame Delacroix's dress shop, not just for fashion advice? A, Anthony Bridgerton, B, Benedict Bridgerton, or C, Colin Bridgerton? So, Aviva thinks that it's Anthony. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me better. Okay, Katie says Benedict. It is Benedict. That is correct, Katie. So, Benedict actually had a thing with Madame Delacroix. They met first having a threesome, and then they kept the fling going along. Christy got that one as well as Jamie. So, whose wife did Benedict have a threesome with? Was it 1, Lord Weatherby, 2, Baron Mondrich, or 3, Mr. Granville? So one of the artist parties, Benedict meets someone's wife, and they have a threesome with Madame Delacroix. At the ball, Benedict meets them again, and are rather shocked that he realizes that she's someone's wife. Oh, good. I'm glad it's better. So this is a 1, 2, 3 answer choice. So whose wife did Benedict have a threesome with? 1, Lord Weatherby, 2, Baron Mondrich, or 3, Mr. Greenville? So, Christy. Oh no. Okay, so y'all are saying you think it's Baron Mondrich. It's actually Mr. Greenville. So it's actually 3. So one of Benedict meets Lucy Greenville, and they had a threesome with Madame Delacroix. So, and did anyone notice that the painting that the three-way occurred under? It's the same painting that got Violet Bridgerton hot and bothered in Queen Charlotte. Yeah, everybody got that one wrong. It was Mr. Greenville, which, like, it wasn't a lord or a baron. It was just Mr. Greenville. It was the guy, the artist guy. The artist that also, Anthony was critiquing a painting and, like, talking shit about it, and then the artist was right there, which was, Mr. Greenville. And then later he has a threesome with his wife. But they're in an open relationship, so it's cool. But yeah, I don't know if y'all caught that what I said about they had the threesome under the same painting that got Violet Bridgerton hot and bothered. She was with, Lady Danbury, and they were talking about the gardens being in bloom, and she just got, her garden started feeling really in bloom when she saw that painting. Hello? Is this better? Hello? Now, if you want a three-way, but you aren't sure about having 3 people in bed, the Adventurer Curve will rock your mind. Put this inside, put this on your clitoris, and your partner can penetrate you all at the same time. This one is a wild ride. This is like the Adventurer's bigger, badder, older sister. And you can get the Adventurer Curve. You can upgrade it to get a wild carriage ride with the double feature, which is a C-ring with double rings. So you get one to go over the testicles, one to go over the penis, and then all of these vibrations and these ridges for your pleasure. Along with the enhancement cream that we talked about would get you going, get your gardens in bloom, and a tote as well. Okay, so for the next question, which couple broke furniture while filming? Was it A, Kate and Anthony, B, Penelope and Colin, or C, Daphne and Simon? Which couple broke furniture while filming? A, Kate and Anthony, B, Penelope and Colin, or C, Daphne and Simon? So, Katie thinks it's Daphne and Simon. Angela thinks it's Kate and Anthony. Jamie also thinks it's Kate and Anthony. So, no one got that one either. It was Penelope and Colin, which probably surprised you because we only saw them in the carriage at the end of season 3, right? Well, this was, okay, so Christy actually got this one. So this scene we haven't yet seen yet. So it was a little bit advanced. I did a lot of deep diving into the Bridgerton world. I've watched a lot of their interviews and getting ready for this. And I just thought that was really fun to think that Penelope and Colin broke furniture. It's something exciting that we can expect to see when the next part comes next week on a Chase lounge chair. Okay. When Portia tries to find out if her daughters are close to conceiving an heir, what sexual dysfunction do they allude to one of her husbands having? Was it 1, erectile dysfunction, 2, premature ejaculation, or 3, orgasmic disorder? When Portia tries to find out if her daughters are close to conceiving an heir, what sexual dysfunction do they allude to one of the husbands having? 1, erectile dysfunction, 2, premature ejaculation, or 3, orgasmic order. So if you said premature ejaculation, Marissa did, and Katie did as well, and so did Angela. So the daughter responds, so basically, Portia's trying to find out if she's she's working on getting an heir, right? And she's like, when he inserts himself, and then she goes, inserts himself where? And she's like, what do you and Mr. Finch do? She's like, we kiss. He then makes an odd sound, and then he goes and changes britches. At the end of season 3, it seems like they got it figured out. Very fast learner. Mr. Finch most likely still could use some endurance to help prolong him and make him last longer. So this is a fun one for season 3. What 2 fingers does Colin avoid using to fix Penelope's dress? So he fixes her dress at the end, but he avoids using 2 particular fingers, and this was intentional, actually. So yeah, endurance is super awesome. So A, index finger and middle finger, B, middle and ring finger, or C, ring and thumb. So does he avoid using A, the index finger and middle finger, B, the middle and ring finger, or the ring and the thumb? So A, B, or C, what does he avoid when fixing her dress at the end? So Katie, you got that one right. It is, so did Angela. It is the middle, or the index finger. So basically at the end he goes like, I don't know how he does like this, and he fixes her dress. And in an interview, someone asked him if that was intentional, and he said yes. I was like, that was really thoughtful, right? But if Colin wanted to add a pinky, Wild Wild West, and if you were like, I would have loved for Colin to add a little pinky, Wild Wild West is calling your name. You got this little air action on the clitoris, this goes inside, and this gives you a little tickle underneath. So this is Wild Wild West. It also looks super cute on the dresser. got this to cover the hole, keep it protected, and then here, right here. And you can get the Rodeo Romance with a bundle with all the goodies you need, all combined in one. So, oh, and fun fact, Nicola, who plays Penelope, she has in her contract to make a PG cut for her parents. I wonder if a lot of other actresses do that, or if that's just something like she always makes sure to do. But she has it in her contract. She said, she's like, we're Irish Catholic. I can't have my parents see me like that. So they actually made an additional cut that's PG just for her parents. It's like, that's smart. So did Queen Charlotte and this was the one that's from Queen Charlotte. It's the only one from Queen Charlotte. Did Queen Charlotte and King George plan sex? So for this one, you'll either say no, even, or odd. Did Queen Charlotte and King George plan sex? No, they were always spontaneous. Yes, they planned even days. Yes, they planned odd days. So is it no, even, or odd? Did Queen Charlotte and King George plan sex? No, they're always spontaneous. Yes, they planned even days. Yes, they planned odd days. So do you think it's no, even, or odd? So if you said even, you got that right. They planned it on the even day. So if you remember from Queen Charlotte, they'd be like, it's an even day. It's an even day. And then he's like, it's not an even day. And she's like, yes, it's entirely odd. So they do have sex on an odd day eventually, but they started it to when they would always have it on the even days. All right. So let's see if we have to do a tiebreaker. And fun fact, 47% of couples schedule sex a few times a month. While it doesn't work for everyone, many say scheduling sex can be just as fun as spontaneous sex. If it feels like too much pressure, you could try scheduling intimacy instead of scheduling sex, if that feels a little overwhelming. Because, and then if you're scheduling intimacy, it can be like sex may or may not happen, and so it can take the pressure off and lead to more connection. So you could plan, go for a walk, plan to do a craft together, plan to do a bubble bath. It can be something like that. Hey, thanks for joining. So let me look and see who our winner is. So Jamie has 5, Katie has 7, Marissa has 6. So it looks like Katie is our winner. It was really close though, because a lot of y'all were just like right there behind. So congratulations, Katie. I'm going to send you a mystery product. So just send me your address. And then I am going to, when I get off, I'm going to take a wheel, put all of y'all's names into the wheel, and spin to see who gets the lady whistle down. And if you guys are interested in getting any of the bundles, or if you want to get anything a la carte that I shared today, there's actually a buy one, get one that ends at 10:59 p.m. Central, which is going to be 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. But I'll drop the link into the chat if you want to look at the bundles. And then the code is buy one, get one, or B1G1 half. If you want to, if you want to get the buy one, get one half. So basically you buy one thing, you get something 50% off, is another option as well. That instant night. So congrats everyone. I'm so glad y'all had a good time. I'd love to know if there are other themes that you'd like for us to do another time. I will email out tomorrow morning a little survey so you can tell me what you thought. If you have any ideas for how to fix the freezing, let me know. I'd love to hear it. I will do a drawing for the people who answered the survey for a little extra something as well. So y'all have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for bearing with me with all the freezing too. I really appreciate y'all.